Did that worked? Okay, great. Yeah, for some reason Bluetooth was connecting to the headset that are in my backpack, and that was causing a problem. So great, good. Glad we got the audio going. So, okay, I'm Rick Roach, and I am here at Loulé Market in Loulé, Portugal, in the Algarve region. And we have a great tour scheduled for you here today. We're going to kind of show you around the Saturday market. The open air market has a history here spanning back over 100 years. And then they built a nice building here for an indoor market in around 2007. So we're going to go inside there as well. And I don't know why there we go. All right, Sandy, Sunshine Coast, Queensland. All right, and Adrian. Okay. Some of you folks that were on here earlier, I did see you, and I hope you know I welcome you. I appreciate everybody that has taken part in this tour today. So it's time to get started, and I got a lot of ground to cover. So I'm going to try to walk slow enough for you to get some good postcards, and then be able to hopefully show you plenty of things you'll be interested in. Ewa, Hans, and David K., thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. Let's get this turned around here. So we're going to take a better look at this market building here, but for now, I'm just going to kind of show you back this way so I can cover this whole market. It's going to be a little tough to get all the way around it, but in the time that we've allotted, I'm gonna slow down. We're gonna enjoy the ride, and hopefully you guys will have a great time today. So hi, Chatana. So as you can see, there's fresh fruit here available. This open air part of the market with the fresh vegetables, the farmers market, goes all the way around this big building here. And like I said earlier, this building here was built in 2007, kind of paying homage to the arabesque style of architecture for the Moorish heritage and the people that lived here back in the 800s to the 8th century to the 12th century, I believe, was their habitation here. And so they had influenced a lot of the architecture. Some of it was torn down and built over, of course, as years gone by. And then some of it was destroyed in an earthquake that hit Portugal in 1755. So let's see. This guy's got a variety of things here. Some looks like some honey and some flavorings there. Eula, thanks for coming. So, and then we're going to get a little bit more here. A variety of things. This guy's got, looks like some chestnuts and all different kinds of, chestnuts here and some other items, vegetables and potatoes and things. Hi, Jen. So a little bit more of the farmer's market, and the sun's peeking out. So I think it's going to end up being a nice afternoon. Nice day for you. As we get into the afternoon, it's still morning, so it's still a little bit cool out here. It's a little windy. Katende. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but maybe. And I'm going to pause every so often here and try to help you guys get some good postcard shots of some of these real vibrantly colored vegetables and things. And there's a pretty decent crowd here today considering the weather and everything. This is about as far as I can pan back on this stuff. And I know there'll be a lot more interesting things as well besides just fruits and vegetables. And we're looking here. Some guys got some some more honey, and this is pretty common here. Some of the items that are around. Uh, all of this, like, is from the local area farmers market. So we have honey, and we have different kinds of meat. Tariq and the Bears, Ollie and Jimmy joined. Thanks for joining us. All right. Slow down just a hair because it looks like my signal's kind of dropping. There it goes. Comes back up. And there's some baked goods and some other things. Some dried fruit and nuts and things like that. I'm gonna come around here. Walking too fast for taking pictures. Sorry about that, Hans. I'm going to slow down. So we got olives here. And some more honey and some stuff like that. Some spices. Yeah, I'm just going to slowly pan back around here towards the building and kind of give you a view back of where we came from. And so this is part of the exterior of that really nice building. We're going to go inside soon. I am streaming in Uganda, Africa. Awesome. So you'll notice here that in addition to the large ham chops they have up there, they have a lot of salted cod fish. This is done, it's an old technique of preserving the fish that is still used today. And the cod actually has to be soaked several different times in order to get the salt out of it before it can be used in recipes. We've got a little bit more, some cheese and some meat down there. And as you can see here, it's fairly busy today. I'm going to pan back around. And we're going to go back this way, back around to the market. LR joined. Thanks for coming. Nice to have you. David loves cheese. All right, yeah. Yeah, there's quite a few offerings in fresh cheese here that was made right here in the Algarve region of Portugal, which is on the southern end of Portugal. The warmer, sunnier weather, typically. In the wintertime, it does still get cold and rainy, some things like that. So there's some nice looking bacon. Looks like some fresh cut. Some more packaged up, ready. And then we have fresh olive oil. Josephine, nice to see you. I'll kind of keep coming down this way a little bit. And pan over here to some of this. Oh, sorry, I'm going to have to, was swinging around kind of fast there. Some more things there to kind of colorful items, bananas, carrots, tomatoes. A lot of people coming to take pictures here, so it's not only people from the local area buying their products, fruits and vegetables and honey and other things. There's a lot of people come on Saturday just to visit, tourists and stuff like that. So about me, we moved to Portugal in September 2022 last year, and we have really enjoyed our time here so far. We've been over to this market once before, so I thought it would make a nice a nice tour for everybody to see. And there's also a castle here in this town that I want to do a tour of, and I'm going to go this afternoon and check that out. So make sure I can get a good signal there and everything, and find out the layout of how I want to walk around the tour and so forth. So, yeah, quite a variety here of things. There's variety. There's bananas. There's some garlic. Some mangoes. Apples. This guy's got some radishes and carrots. Some lettuce. So, I know Lori's currencies used there, conversion rate to US dollar. So, David, the currency here is euros, and right now I think it's about 92 cents, or which would basically be about $1.08 American US dollars to euro. Yeah, and we'll look. I'll see if there's some prices set out on some of this stuff here, so we can kind of get an idea of the cost. When I make my way around here, there'll be some more open-ended things to look at with vegetables. And I just, this is a beautiful town, and it's one of the oldest towns in Portugal. So we're going to just kind of pop over here just for a sec so I can let you see the layout here. So the market is near the center of town, and right now there's this a nice sculpture up here feature, and some waterfalls around it, and you can see the big poster sign back there on the billboard. Next weekend is Carnival. Hi, Francis and Mel. Thanks for coming. And so Carnival is celebrated all over Portugal. In the Algarve region, there's various cities that have parades and a lot of festivities, dances, and things at night, and all that. So that'll be something interesting. And I wanted to show you the outside of this building because it's really beautiful. And again, I'm trying to not stand in the street and get run over, but I think I'm pretty safe right here. So I'm trying to get a good postcard for you, so I'm back up enough where you can get the whole thing, or most of it anyway. So this is the market, arabesque style. I know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to do a vertical shot for you, so you guys can maybe get a picture here of that minaret on the top with the arabesque style. And it appears that my gimbal just went down on me, so I'm going to have to reboot that. But in the meantime, we will get you lined up. Joel and Monica and Mel, thanks for coming. And we're going to go vertical again here for the front and the facade. Get a postcard. Try to scooch over here where we don't have people in the foreground of the picture. And hold that for a minute. Yeah, I do tend to sometimes, Hans reminded me, sometimes I get a little quick going through places, and doesn't make good postcard shots. So here we have some stuff here of the and we have some more like roasted chestnuts and other variety of roasted nuts. It looks like maybe some caramels and things like that. So yeah, okay, there's some prices. Unfortunately, I don't know. That's €1.50. Probably so many kilograms or grams. The price of the strawberries. Let's see. See if I can come back over this way. Get a look there. Looks like it's €2. Yeah. €2, Hans. Little fresh strawberries right there. And again, I'll kind of pan back over. Here's the front of the building again that we're going to go into in a few minutes. So we're about 15 minutes into the tour. I wanted to just kind of cover some of this, a lot of this area out here. Some good pictures. They'll vary the same amount, €750. Wow, okay. So a little bit more of the open air market down here. And it stretches all the way down the block. So we're going to go inside now. That's a nice building there, and it's several flags on it. It's got some plaques on the outside that have some military honors and inscriptions on it. So I do see there's some numbers on there. I'm not sure if that's what that building's used for. Let me get back over here a little bit and kind of show the Loulé market again from probably a more traditional view. Let's see. Let's do a vertical. Pan over here and get a picture. You can see the Portuguese flag there. Actually, there's some other flags up there behind the minaret and the front entrance. I'm going to go back this way. A little vertical shot there. And then we're going to go. I'm going to have to stop doing those vertical shots because it really is messing with my gimbal. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Hopefully, didn't get you seasick there, moving around and stuff. This gimbal is tries to give me a little trouble when I try to go on those vertical shots. So, but we're going inside now, so we're not going to need that. And so again, like I said, this market here in Loulé, this building, built in about 2007. So there's a lot more things inside here. You can see jewelry, there's textiles, things like that available. I'm going to get a little bit closer, so maybe get a good picture here of some of the jewelry and stuff. You'll notice also some of these items are made from cork. And so about 50% or a little over of the world's cork comes from Portugal. Sorry, getting this gimbal straightened out. This right over here is a lot of wine in this little shop on the edge here. It looks like they also have some different sauces and things for cocktails, spices, and a variety of liquors. So we come around here, get a little picture of the port. If you don't know about port wine originated in Portugal and is made from grapes in the Douro Valley region. No Crown Royal. Yeah, I don't know, John. I don't know if I've seen that here yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody sells it around here. Okay, so here's a little bit more, just a kind of an overview. Might make a good postcard shot there of an overview of the market. It's pretty busy here today. So 25 years in the U.S. and it's a very American drink. You're right. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Crown was always my go-to on if I ever drank whiskey. Very smooth Canadian blend whiskey. Then probably over here, we've got some more honey, and then I see there are some items, little pots have the Algarve painted on there. Those are $7.50 euros. Then a variety of spices and hot sauces. A little bit more of your candied nuts, dried fruit. Yeah, Sam, you can't actually get here by public transport. I was going to say, so Lori and I, we live over in Tavira, and it's altogether, it takes about 2 hours on the bus to get here. We can get here a little faster if you take the train, but this weekend, some of the train workers are on strike, so it's caused a disruption in the schedule, and so we ended up on the bus. So yeah, the transportation system here in Portugal is really, really good. And there are, so by rail or by bus, the Algarve region is especially well connected because it's a kind of a touristy area of Portugal. And but it's also for the Portuguese people here, a lot of people use the mass transit system, the bus, and those kinds of things. The bus and the rail, sorry. I'm a little distracted here. I just saw these pretty little things here. Thought maybe that'd be a good postcard. Something for you to share. And if you'll follow me, you can get notifications. My other tours coming up. I've actually got one tomorrow scheduled for a little town called Santa Lucia, which is close to Tavira. And that is, well, those are interesting. Little kind of flower-shaped, looks like figs pressed with some almonds. And so Santa Lucia, yeah, tomorrow, the octopus capital of Portugal. So that's where we'll be tomorrow afternoon, about 4 p.m. Western European time. Since it is so busy, I'm just having to kind of pop back and forth on these vendors here to show the variety of things that are available. So there's a little bit more amendoa as almonds. So they got figs, almonds, and Porto in this one mixture. Sounds good. And then as we come down here a little bit closer to the center of market, some more spices and little jars to put your spices in. They actually have some more cheese. They have a place over here that prepares sandwiches and pastries and stuff. There's a little restaurant down, I say restaurant, kind of a kiosk restaurant down the way here that has tapas, which are appetizers, Portuguese appetizers. There's a little bit more of a view from the market here. Some fresh bread. People are getting their fresh bread here. Waiting to see Portuguese tarts. Okay, yeah. No, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah, the tarts are, they have a pastel de nata, which is like an egg custard and a phyllo pastry crust. I was hoping I could get a chance to see one of those. Thanks, Hans. I do appreciate the support. So here's the variety of what they have, these offerings, and not familiar enough to know what to call these things. It's like in the U.S., we would call this thing in the middle a bundt cake. But there's some right here as pastel de nata. As you can see the top of it, it's kind of an egg custard, and then it looks like a lot of them are upside down. Probably just to kind of preserve the moisture inside. And then there's a variety of fresh bread. Back around here. So here's the little place I was telling you about. We actually have pastries, have juice, wine. So it's called a pop-up cafe. They have gelato, which is ice cream. And he's making an espresso right here. So it looks like they have a nice variety. People drink sangria in Portugal. Jen, yes, they do. As a matter of fact. And, it's kind of funny because there is a debate of whether sangria originated in Portugal or Spain. But most people, I think Spain. But, yeah, a lot of sangria. As a matter of fact, Lori has my wife that she's kind of a fan of sangria since we've been here. It's kind of her go-to drink now. I think just because the fruitiness and kind of fizziness and stuff like that. So a lot of times we keep some frozen in the freezer, and then when we get it out, we will. And there you can see they have waffles and they have say gelato. I'm going to get out of these people's way so they can get their order in. Kind of come back around here, show a little bit more of the. I'm going to pan each way so that you can see how big this place is. So this is, I came in from the other end. This is the one side. And again, there's more open air stuff out there. There's more vegetables and fruit and other items. And kind of see this cool little road sign here that shows where the stuff is. There's the place with the tapas. And here is the other side of the market. And here's where we came from. So we're halfway through. And there is separated out into the center section and then a section on each side. So Beyond this area, I believe we're going to go down into the fresh seafood. So we'll come around here. And again, this indoor market, besides the stuff that's in the middle, there are all kinds of shops along the edges. Bakeries, charcuterie, the all kinds of fresh fish and products. There's a little pastel area in the grid. Lovely building, yeah. So some of these towns do have municipal markets. There's one over in Tavira that opens on Saturday, I think the third Saturday of the month. Now, this market is open every day from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. So it'll be 700 to 1500. And then the farmers market outside shows up on Saturdays, and they're from, I believe they're around 7 a.m., 0700 to 1330 or 1:30 p.m. Some typical kind of Portuguese items, some stuff made from cork. Got your postcards here, and the colors of this is funny. A little number 7 jersey, Portugal football team. So those of you who follow what's called football in Europe, America is called soccer. There's a guy named Cristiano Ronaldo, and he is one of the best players in the world, has been for years, and so Portugal is very proud of him. See a lot of jerseys and things like that. Here's somebody over here. This girl over here is preparing some fish, scaling the fish, and see that. And then we're going to look here at some more fresh fish. This looks like salmon here. It's a beautiful color. But all of this stuff is straight from the Atlantic Ocean or nearby waters, feeding the Atlantic. So how do you spell your town? Oh, the town. So the town that we're in right now is Loulé. Whoops. And but the town that we live in, that Lori and I live in, is called Tavira, and that is Tavira. Loulé, the town we're in now, and I don't know even if I'm pronouncing it right with the Portuguese accent, but it's Loule. Yeah, you're welcome, Jen. So also, you might notice in Portugal, and they've got some aprons here, which are pretty common, very colorful and stuff, that they have a lot of roosters. So the rooster is the symbol of Portugal. You see that's on this one here, this upside down, but that's a very Portuguese thing. Yes, that's right, Sam. Thank you. I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to just kind of walk through this little shop here and kind of give you an idea of some of the real pretty ceramic dishes and things like that. Hola. And I haven't learned the Portuguese yet. So, hate to say I've been kind of lazy on the language, learning the language, because in the area where we live and travel, a lot of the Algarve region is a lot of the population here speak pretty good English, so it's pretty easy to live without that. You're on the south coast, so close to Morocco. Yes. No, not here for work. We're actually, Jen, we are travel writers, and we're semi-retired, so part of our journey here in Portugal is our journey to travel, write, take pictures, share things with people along the way, help others as we can. And so, yeah, we got Rick and Lori's Grand Adventure. If you'd like to look us up, rickandlori'sgrandadventure.com is our website. And then we're also on Facebook. So we have some things there posted from some other trips. Our idea is to live in Portugal, use it as an anchor to travel the rest of Europe and see Europe. So, back at the other end, a lot of people want to be on TV. Yeah, you're welcome, Jen. I do appreciate all the followers, and it's fun for me, to explore things and share it with other people and stuff. And I appreciate the support. People have been kind and generous. How do we choose Tavira? Well, so as far and near South Australia. So for Americans, people from the U.S., there's an immigration process to go through to get a visa and then establish residency in Portugal. So we had to apply for what's called a D7 visa to remain in the country as residents and supply a lot of paperwork and things like that. And then through the immigration service, we've got a permanent residency here for 2 years. And then after 2 years, we can renew that for an additional 3 years. And at the end of a total of 5 years, we can apply for citizenship, for Portugal citizenship. So that's how it works for the U.S. Australia, I don't know. I'm sure there's a process there too. But Tavira itself. Okay, so yeah, as part of the application for a D7 visa and residency in Portugal, we had to provide a 1-year lease, proof of 1-year lease, accommodation they call it. And maybe you're tired of looking at fish now, so I'm going to move on. So this, so that was how we ended up in Tavira. We actually were looking for anything in Portugal because we had to have a visit with the Portuguese consulate, and there's different areas in the U.S. Our area was San Francisco, and we were within about 2.5 weeks of our appointment and didn't have a lease yet. It's hard to find a 1-year lease in Portugal, especially in the Algarve region, because it's such a tourist area that the people that own the property there, they like to lease it out for the summer and make triple what they could on their lease agreement for summer, even for Airbnbs and things like that, than they could for a long-term lease. We were on a Facebook group called American Friends in PT. And if you're thinking about coming over from the U.S., that's a great site for resources about how to get established as residents here. And we made a friend on there, Jules Chin, who has Tavera Longlets now. We were her first clients. She knew of some friends of hers that were going to be moving out of an apartment and vacating right about the time we needed to start our lease. It's within a couple of months. Fortunately, our landlord, he held the place for us, and most of the time you have to end up paying a month or two rent extra while you're kind of waiting on the process and everything to get approved to come over here as residents. But he waived those months that we weren't in the country and allowed us to come over in September and started our lease then. So that was kind of part of our story. And you'll find out more. Yeah, you're right, Jen. We are very blessed, and we know that. We appreciate it. We're thankful every day for our blessings and good fortune. Thank you for following, Jen. Yeah, so now you'll see notifications of my coming tours. I've got tours that I'm going to do regularly in Tavera. There's a lot to see there as well. There's a castle. There is a bridge called the Roman Bridge, which wasn't actually built by Romans. It was established prior to then as a Moorish influence. There was a castle built there, which kind of took over that area. Like I mentioned when I started the tour, the North African population, that was a Muslim population between the 8th and 12th centuries, inhabited this area all over Portugal, not just in the Algarve region, but all over Portugal. So there is even a Moorish castle over there by Lisbon in a town called Sintra. I'd kind of like to do that one someday as a tour, as a Heygo tour. We'll find our way around here. So still got a few minutes, and I think looks like it's going to be a nice, still windy outside. It's nice and sunny. Sintra, oh yeah, Sam, Sintra is beautiful. We actually stayed over there in Sintra when we, a couple of weeks ago, when we had to go into the immigration services to finalize our residency permit, and we were able to see Montserrat. There's a palace and gardens there. They're very beautiful. And then there's also the Quinta de Regalia. I'm saying so I can say it right. Quinta de Regaleria. It's like a castle that was built, palace, and that was built in the 1800s, so pretty modern. And Montserrat is more modern. So I'm going to end up here. Looks like outside. I got a couple of minutes to just see if you guys have any questions before I kind of sign off. I think I'm going to try to get this in the background, you guys. And maybe see. We can see the market, and there is, there we go. You see the front of the market there. Sometimes people like a parting shot postcard, so try to get that for you. And thanks, guys, so much for joining today. Yeah, you're right, Sam. Algarve is very touristy. A lot of people come here for holiday from the UK, and they also retire here. Many people buy homes and retire here. Portugal is a nice place to live. It's good weather, friendly people, good healthcare system, and it's a safe country. So that was, all those things we checked off our checkbox to see, that we wanted to live here. And we're probably unusually, a lot of times people come over here and scout this area out and, they'll make 1 or 2 or 3 trips to Portugal. Tavira have fewer tourists? No, actually, Tavira is pretty touristy because it has a really nice beach. And the beach over there, one of the best beaches in Portugal. Hi, Tracy, coming in. We're just almost done here. And I'm going to finish answering Sam's question here. It's a smaller town. We did leave family in the USA. I've got kids and grandkids from Oklahoma and Oregon and Utah. And so we're going back quite often to visit. Let me see if I can get this a little bit here. You can kind of see the square. And maybe if I pan over just a little bit, you can see, there we go. There's the carnival sign. So you can see it says Loulé in there. And the fountain, this sculpture in the middle of the square, or the middle of the roundabout there. It was kind of a shocker for a lot of the family when we decided to make the move and the jump and everything. So since then, I think they've kind of got accustomed to us being here. Like I said, we've been back a couple of times. Went back for a grandbaby being born, new addition to our family, and then we're going back in May for my youngest daughter's high school graduation. Just joined from Scotland, UK. Okay, hi, Chiquita. So, go to Rick and Lori's Grand Adventure on Facebook or rickandlori'sgrandadventure.com. The temperature today, okay, Sam, I'm going to try to guess Celsius. You're probably going to have to do a conversion. The temperature here is like about in the upper 40s to 50s right now, probably about in the 50 degree Fahrenheit, 55 maybe. So it's supposed to get up to 61 today, and later in the day in the afternoon, 61 degrees Fahrenheit is the high for today here. So that's where we're at with that. It is rather windy though, a lot windier than I've seen it over here before when we visited, but this is wintertime. So we get a lot of wind from the coast. There's actually a orange weather warning for the coastal region, which means that basically to stay away from the beach. And saw your next tour is 2:45 a.m. So hoping there will be more around this time for us Aussies. Absolutely, Jen. I'm trying to mix it up. I've got some in the morning, some in the evenings, because I know people join from all over the world on these tours, and I appreciate the support. Thank you for coming today and joining the tour. And everybody that, if you want to follow me, you can get my notifications for upcoming tours. I still got some more to put on the schedule for next week and the week after. We'll be doing some fun things around the Algarve region, and so just come along and we'll explore together, learn together, discover some things. Now look at this. Okay, so got a clown on stilts back behind me there. And it looks like probably promoting Carnival, which will be next weekend. Try to get a good shot here of that. I can do it. You're welcome, Satana. All right, guys. Appreciate your support and everything. And we're going to go probably take a little quick look at the castle and the museum there and see about doing a tour there in the future. And then get on the bus, head our we have a transfer, so we got 2 buses on the way back. It takes us about 2 hours to get back home into Vera. And so I will see you soon. God bless. Thank you for joining, and we'll talk to you next time.